Top 10 2025 fails created by John Scorcher, aka the Fiery Joker. Link to show description below. One thing that's interesting about this is that I know Blizzard is off the menu, because I've had Blizzard in real life instead. Go figure, on most of the coast of, well, this side of America. What are you gonna do? Mother Nature's a cruel, cruel witch sometimes. Anyways, predictions. Concord will probably be on this list. That's about it. I don't know much about gaming news, unfortunately. Well, this probably gonna get copyrighted. Didn't get copyrighted the last couple times, but you can never be too sure anymore.
As I witness the game,
I hope you got permission from Weird Al Yankovic to do this.
Fails, listen, countdown till nothing's left. Cause they've been failing and firing so long that Jacksepticeye said it's time to stop. Switch 2 got some hate, though it barely deserved it. Bringing Virtual Boy back, no, that is unheard of. Pirates.
Why? There's not any good games on it.
And the stupid was so
oh, right, I forgot about Pirate Software. He exists.
But it costs more than a PC to play Xbox, fool. They've been doing politics and all employees.
I will say that console gaming has been the best ad for Steam and stuff like that for like so long. It's legit the freaking like I don't even know the term, like PC gaming is winning by doing absolutely nothing.
Got a situation with adult gaming, can't play those games no more on itch.io, Steam, and legal.
No fun allowed. Oh wait, I can't play hentai games? Then how am I gonna play Genshin? Okay, that's a little much, but you know what I mean.
Microtransactions and services that are live, and the fails don't stop. Shadows team.
Oh yeah, the Assassin's Creed. I was thinking of that.
Minecraft and Until Dawn. PSN now just kills the PS5.
Yeah, no Sonic 3 allowed at the Game Awards.
Without letting them know.
No Sonics. Minecraft movie ever. Actually, I don't know how that is, but still, it's like, really, guys?
So blind to see that the fails bring down the industry.
They don't care.
Been failing most of their lives in the year 2025. Krafton for AI in the year 2020.
Yeah, we just use robots to do it. Why is it crap? Then again, if you told me a lot of games were made with AI, I believe you. Some of them are kind of copy-pasty. Then again, that's been a problem with gaming for so long.
Minecraft trick and jockey, reputation sour.
I mean, we all remember the era of, like, GTA clones.
In the courtroom for both Sega and Krafton. Nintendo bans its games from a charity event. If the predator problem is something Roblox will prevent,
yeah.
I guess they won't.
Dang it.
Because instead they ban the one that's putting them away, fool.
This happens to me every time. Just figures it's like, oh, I remember this one or two things. Oh yeah, that thing. Oh yeah, that thing. It's fun. There's a lot that I remember. I just put it in the back of my mind.
Keep failing most our lives in the year 2025. Industry's gonna die in the year 2025.
At the rate they're going, they might not last to 2030. Great countdown, though. Great song. If it gets copyright claimed, apologies.
On the company manufacturing said console, and few companies were under
by John
more
Scorcher,
pressure to
Fiery
perform well
Joker,
this year than
below.
Nintendo. Seriously, the amount of discourse surrounding the release of the Switch 2 was staggering and, in some cases, unreasonable. But to show I'm not kissing.
Congratulations, you bought the Switch again.
Shall we? The launch title for Nintendo Switch 2 was Mario Kart World, which
They
naturally
usually
grew
start the
some
Mario
excitement
Kart
for
game.
it, but there were a few things Nintendo mishandled. For one, the longtime VA for Peach and Toad, Samantha Kelly, was replaced, and Nintendo didn't let her know that until the day Mario Kart World launched.
Well, that's a dick move.
Thankfully,
Yeah,
Samantha
seriously.
Kelly was a good sport about it. Additionally, putting
Oh,
in
that's
updates
good, I
that
guess.
actively make the game less fun got fixed after people rightfully made a stink, and even trying to patent
Well, you made a bad
power,
product, you should be
but
caught out.
That last one doesn't really have a resolution yet, so we'll see how that turns out. All right,
see how
have the
that turns
Nintendo haters
out.
left satisfied yet? Good. Let's talk about the rest of the Switch 2 discourse. Firstly, and perhaps most importantly, the misinformation. Perhaps the most infamous was the $90 price tag everyone said was going to be the norm for Switch 2 games. This, of course, turned out to be false, as it was actually $80 for some games. Okay, yes, that's still a little expensive, but we gamers have been paying that price for games anyway, and Now we're getting mad? Microsoft
Yeah,
and
seriously.
Sony increasing prices? Crickets. Microsoft pushing out a $1,000 handheld or Sony releasing the PS5 Pro? People mocked it for like a week and then forgot about it. But the slightest increase in the price of a Nintendo game by $10 is all of a sudden the next big gaming industry scandal.
Well, that's
Additionally,
because we
there
have
was the fear
standards for
mongering that
Nintendo where
could
we
just
know
break your Switch if they
PlayStation
don't like you
and
making
Xbox are
modifications
crap.
to it. Yes, that's there. And that's been a part of gaming consoles since the Xbox 360. 20 years that policy has
Get ready for
existed,
Kinect,
and it's
jeez.
only a deal breaker if Nintendo does it.
Meh.
There was also misinformation regarding Switch 2 virtual game cards, particularly in how they were shared, as well as the assumption that this was going to be the new norm going forward. And look, I get it. We want to keep physical media alive, but only a
Physical media
select
is forever.
few
Buy
third-party
Laserdisc.
games are sold with key cards instead of cartridges, and you can still share the Nintendo Switch 2 games like normal. Despite this bad rap, the Switch 2 would become the biggest console launch ever.
Yep,
3.5
even
million
outselling the
units
Switch
worldwide
1.
within its first 4 days. However, this is where the
So many
Discord
people
takes a
be
turn for the
like, I
comical,
am not buying a
as
Switch
many
2.
gamers who got their
So I
consoles
bought
from
the Switch
retailers on launch
2.
day had the receipt
Gee, I wonder
stapled
why
onto
your
the
word
box,
is mud.
puncturing the gamepad screen. What kind
Jesus.
of retailer would make such a boneheaded mistake?
Sounds about right.
Oh, of course it's you. Hey, GameStop stores, ever heard of a little thing called tape?
What is
Not-
this? A communication device?
Thankfully, Nintendo responded quickly
There's a
and
Muppets
replaced
clip
the
for
damaged
everything.
units. Meanwhile, police in Colorado uncovered a semi-truck filled with $1.3 million worth of
What the
stolen Switch
frig?
2s. So that was, what, 12 consoles? All right, come on.
Pretty
I
much.
get one in there. Well, it was
Okay, that's a
actually
good
around
one.
2,800 consoles that were recovered from the theft. Well, yeah, this
Dang,
kind of showed
that's
people
a
just
lot.
how high in demand these systems were and just how many people were not willing to actually pay for one. There's also apparently an interview with Kirby and Smash creator Masahiro Sakurai where he said he wanted to use generative AI in games. But wouldn't you know it, it was a mistranslation. Have
Oops.
fun. Lastly, the
Yeah.
releases of Pokemon Legends ZA and Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Apparently,
I heard
these
one
games
was
have
good, the
flaws
other,
so
no.
bad and unacceptable that liking either of them will result in internet folks looking at you like you're thirsty for a big black boot. Like,
I'm just going off of what I heard. I didn't
we
play
have bad
either.
gaming companies who have run coordinated abuse rings, and yet
Yeah, it is kinda
Nintendo
double
is looked at as
standard.
public enemy number one over the
Yeah,
most
there is a double standard. I'll
minute
fully agree
of
with that.
texture issues and glitches. Glitches that, by the way, came from playing the games on emulators. I mean, that's an easy
That would
fix. You can
cause
always
it.
play the game legally. So why all the bad press? I have a theory about that. Money, money, money. That's
Yeah,
right.
yelling
It's
at
a
Nintendo does make
negativity
money.
grift. Other people more meticulous than I am have noticed a pattern. Talking smack about Nintendo brings in valuable views and mad moolah.
What?
At least compared
In
to talking
shocking
smack
new
about other
revelation,
companies.
hating
Nintendo.
something makes money.
With the Nintendo Switch 2 being such a big deal for the gaming market, it's not surprising that it would get negative press along with the positive. Honestly,
That's
this
just
is a pretty
a part of the
comical start to
cycle.
the list. It's just people on the internet and in real life being idiots. A typical Wednesday, but
Yeah,
the
pe-
games can
yeah,
still
people
be
on the
enjoyed as
internet
long as you
yelling
don't have
at
a
each other.
bitch
In
your
other
ear
words,
telling you that they
Tuesday.
suck. But if it's Criminal X you want, oh, you will not be disappointed.
Fair enough. I ain't getting a Switch 2, but that's just my preference. What you do with your money is your choice. I just hate
Okay,
people
we got
just
one
like,
of the big
I'm not
three
buying
out
a
of the way
Switch 2.
already.
Do
Let's
not buy
get
a
the
Switch
other
2. So I bought a
not
Switch
super bad
2.
one out of the way. Okay, Sony is still a lot. Sony may not have been in the news as much as the other two, but they did plenty of
Sony's
stuff
still
while
alive?
being on here. Let's see. Well, we got to start with the yearly
Where's
PSN
GTA
outage
6?
that even derailed physical games. What? Oh, okay. To be
The
fair,
Super
it's only
Bowl?
for people who didn't sync their disk drive attachments to the PS5 Pro prior, and if you turned on offline gaming and console sharing, you could still play single-player digital games you downloaded. But that's a lot of stupid hoop jumping and ignores the fact that it's the exact thing people were worried about with the Pro being digital only. I miss the days of
Yep.
that PS4 commercial they did to slam Microsoft.
You owe
Now,
nothing
you got
and
a
you'll
cease
be
and desist
happy.
order over an online mod. Huh? Wait,
This is why I
guys,
support physical
one of
media.
Nintendo's headlines got mixed in here. Oh, it was Sony. Yeah, they
The
sent the
MCA
CND
takedown
to
for
a 60
Bloodborne.
frames per second patch for Bloodborne. Oh, no!
Oh, then
How
you
dare
make
you
it.
make a better version of a game people actually want to get ported to PC. The patch can still be found online
I will
and be used with
skewer
the
you.
PS4 emulator, but it was a bad taste for most Soulsborne fans. Don't worry,
Yeah.
Sony. It's not like FromSoft will jump ship and go make a game with Nintendo.
Oopsie daisy.
Well, that isn't the only C&D Sony sent, as they also killed a fan revival project for Concord. Yeah.
Concord had fans?
Concord. The game that some people actually liked, and
they
Sony
did?
doesn't want anything to do with anymore.
News to me, but whatever.
Got servers.
Yeah, they killed it in a week. I mean, I guess at that point, it
you.
should probably be
But
public
I
property.
Need to briefly detour to something less.
You murdered within a week. I guess,
That
then
being
it becomes finders keepers.
Nope, it's nothing Destiny 2 related, but it is
I don't
live
believe
service related. Sony loves making the same mistakes because its new live service shooter, Marathon, really showed its Concord side. And before release, there were reports of a toxic environment with a former
I will
dev
make a
saying
good
that
game
Bungie
first, then
management
worry about
needed
live
to be
service.
gutted. Also, there were reports of them stealing from artists for the entire art direction. The CEO
I
had to
thought that was
step
just
down, and people
Palworld.
said Bungie was paying
We know it's been
people
happening
to
forever.
fully play the beta of Marathon. It was bad. And this is where we would get Helldivers 2. Or at least we would have. See, despite being one of the best
They really
games
dropped
of
the ball
last
with
year,
Helldivers
the
2, like, seriously.
an unplayable mess with optimization that makes Borderlands 4 blush. But to their credit, it got fixed. And incredibly so, with them reducing the file size from over 100 gigs to barely a third of that. Okay,
That's impressive. Like, seriously.
I guess it is weird seeing
No
both
joke, good fix
Nintendo
there.
and Sony at the bottom too, and Nintendo being mostly fan discourse. But it goes to show that despite problems that two of the biggest gaming companies in the world can give, they're always worse. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I mean, we're at the bottom of the list. Of course, we're going to have some petty stuff at the bottom, and then there's the actual, like, you broke the law later on.
The media.
I'm the one that tells lies.
No matter what it is you're trying to be informed about, politics, fashion, current events, entertainment, whatever.
If we could just,
it seems
like,
that there will
delete the
always
media,
be
that'd be
outlets to drag
great.
and dry the good straight out of what's going on. Now, that's not to say all journalism is
TYT,
bad.
Fox News,
Heck,
doesn't
all
matter which side of the aisle you're on, get the
considered
fuck
journalism.
out.
I think we're pretty good. But there are still some journalists that are more akin to vultures than anything else. Remember a little game, a little lesser-known title called Hollow Knight Silksong? It's a little underground. So Team Cherry leveled the playing field by not allowing critics to play the game ahead of normal players.
Because they knew it was going to happen if they did.
Didn't like that, and for a little fit that they couldn't play
Yeah,
the
and you know what you would have done? You would have called this the Dark Souls of gaming.
So, fact check, Silksong is not your game, and only Team Cherry decides what to do with it.
If they don't want anyone to
Your reviews will have to be delayed a few days, and you'll have to form opinions at the same time as non-journalists?
How will we survive?
The same vein as Elden Ring Night Ring, which some journalists deride for being extremely difficult in solo play. A multiplayer
hold your hand the entire time, DSP?
made by FromSoft is difficult when you play alone. Oh, stop the presses, everybody! A lot of journalists just being cringe about difficult games is all that
this
happened.
clip will
They
forever
wouldn't
live in
exactly be on
infamy.
here.
The
Journalists have a
Cuphead
tendency to
tutorial.
stretch the truth a lot, and this year was no exception. Now Microsoft. Oh, good old Microsoft. According to some news outlets, they've been claiming consoles aren't the future anymore, and that they would finally step out of the console wars. Except not really, because they never said this. Just news outlets picking and choosing certain statements, which, believe me, we'll get to in the later segment, but were misrepresented all
Can I work in media? Apparently get paid lots of money to just lie at people's
Valve,
faces.
who, according to many sites, took down the Counter-Strike mod Classic Strike with a cease and desist. Another case of the big man striking down the little man, right? Well, that's all neglecting the tiny little detail of the mod using leaked source engine exploits that, legally speaking,
broke the law.
Valve had every right to take down. It's no surprise that after faking drama like this, two of the most prominent sites, Polygon and Giant Bomb, just got hit with mass layoffs as the corporations in charge began subsidizing them. Say what you will about how bad they
Replace them all with AI, and the sad thing is we won't notice the difference.
Decisions to make those headlines likely come from these corporate overlords. And that's the thing. In the world of game journalism, no good deed goes unpunished.
Why do we still have game journalists anyway?
Our
Who
favorite
cares?
gaming
Who
studio of them
actually
all,
goes to
Blizzard
these sites
Activision,
anymore?
who tried to sue
Besides the
several
point and
journalism
laugh
outlets
at.
for defamation on account of their documented, infamous workplace sexual
I know
harassment
people need
issues,
jobs
which
and
were
all that
proven
stuff, but still.
time after time after time after time. Really, there's
It was a running
hardly a year where
gag.
gaming journalism doesn't cause issues all over the place. And we're here to remind you that was definitely the case for 2025.
I'm so tired of journalism. It's just people lying. There's some truth in there, but they take that one grain of truth and make a desert of lies.
Industry offenders, some of which we've already gone over and will go over later on. That's why it's paradoxically refreshing and agonizing to see a company we've never talked about before screw up badly enough to end up on one of these lists.
Subnautica?
Case in point, Ugh. Krafton.
I thought you said Krafton was the good company that saved Tango Gameworks.
I did.
Then what happened?
I was wrong.
Yay, I get to add another sentence that aged like milk to my ever-growing pile of cottage cheese. Screw me for being optimistic. What the
How dare you have hope?
Krafton Inc. This year you went from the savior of Tango Gameworks and the Hi-Fi Rush IP to an AI-first company. Okay, I'll give them credit for this.
That'd do
offering
it.
their employees the chance to resign. You know, that might be the smartest decision they ever made, given that no one will want to work for them after the Subnautica 2 devs got screwed over. Yep, somehow the plagiarism software prioritization wasn't the worst thing that Krafton did this year. Krafton delayed the release of Subnautica 2 in an attempt to get out of a $250 million payout that they owed the devs. They would then proceed to fire the founders of Unknown Worlds, and this has resulted in a heated lawsuit against Krafton for violating their agreement. Of course, the new CEO of Unknown Worlds has attempted to deny this, but that hasn't stopped the legal battle from escalating into a full-on war. Now the former CEOs of Unknown are fighting Krafton over ChatGPT records after it was revealed that Krafton CEO Chang'em Kim apparently consulted ChatGPT for ways to get out of paying the Subnautica 2 devs.
You don't understand, Your Honor. I fought this legal battle with ChatGPT. I can't
embarrassment of being seen as a pushover.
You asked ChatGPT for an answer that was surprised that it was wrong.
Is a lot less embarrassing than being seen as a higher-up who doesn't pay his staff!
Seriously?
You dirty liar! You scumbag!
Krafton's decline this year has honestly made me worried for Tango Gameworks and the Hi-Fi Rush IP, even with news that a sequel is supposedly in production. If I were Tango Gameworks, I'd consider leaving Krafton and looking for a new publisher, but I'd understand if they can't. And yeah, you can still play Hi-Fi Rush on PC, and you can still listen to the songs featured on the soundtrack despite claims that both were delisted at some point. But given Krafton's treatment of the Subnautica 2 devs and their mission to make plagiarism software their first software, I can't help but feel like I should be wearing a dunce cap for even having the slightest bit of faith in them.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Everybody betray me and I am the fool.
It's we're seeing more and more of the whole AI first stuff of actual people. I think it's surprised when no one likes the games.
I generally try to stay away from talking about IRL politics in these videos. People usually watch my stuff to forget about the state of the world. This time, however, is a topic that I don't feel like I'm speaking from ignorance on. With the whole video games cause violence claim being discredited,
we're still having this
Guardians
debate
had
in
to
the
find
year
a
of our
new
Lord
target.
2020s.
That frickin' nabbit, they succeeded. Earlier this year, payment processors hit Valve and Itch.io with new policies that massively crippled adult games. They de-indexed tens of thousands of them. On Steam, the process of approving an adult game for early access was made way more restrictive thanks to a number of new rules.
Look, I think it's cringe. It doesn't mean you have to ban them outright. Where we have to actually out-ban prawn sites next.
What the hell is this?
One developer lost out on a total of 80,000 euros in revenue thanks to PayPal freezing their account.
That's a lot of money.
DL site went so far as to start their very own payment processor to avoid censorship. But Itch.io did allow adult games to be re-indexed if they're free. And no,
you can't show any of them because they're not safe for work.
Someone think of the poor gooners. Full disclaimer, I myself am not an enjoyer of adult games by any stretch of the imagination. I have my own.
I think they're cringe and you're kind of cringe, but I'm not going to say you're not allowed to play them.
Content is a very easy stepping stone to mass censorship of anything deemed
problematic. Yeah, seriously, it's like, okay, we start with the adult games. Okay, what's next?
A lot of these still need to be talked about. Heck, I've talked about some of them in my videos.
Who gets to decide what's a pornographic game? I mean, some of them might be obvious when you see it, but then it's like, okay, so what happened? We showed a woman, therefore it's prawn?
And there are plenty of useful idiots whose attitudes have been used to spearhead the initiative. Stuff like accusing anyone of having a physical attraction to a fictional character being a gooner, equating fetishes with mental illness, dehumanizing smut creators, claiming sexualization and objectification are the same thing, thinking that being a furry makes someone want to abuse animals, believing SA survivors aren't allowed to act sexual, looking down on those who, God forbid, legally spend their own money the way they want, minors attempting to integrate themselves into adult spaces, then getting pissy when adults talk about adult things, and people who are so strict with rep that they end up repeating reductive viewpoints.
You thought about this for a while, huh?
I'm certainly not
Fair
against
enough. I mean, this is your list,
like
so you
mature
should
content
research.
warnings or disclaimers, but when it comes at the cost of a dev's livelihood, we might need to have a talk.
Yeah, there is a line, of course. Again, I have my opinions, but you know, you're allowed to play the freaking game you paid money for. It's your money at the end of the day.
There's a familiar face, Ubisoft. Shouldn't you try to avoid being on the list nearly every year?
Should I? Perhaps. Will I? No.
No.
Do I enjoy being difficult? Most definitely.
Apparently, yes.
I don't know how they do it.
Hey, if we're not on the top 10 list, then people will forget about us.
Removing games from paying customers' libraries. Right.
Oh, right, that Star Wars game came out, didn't it?
Stoop, are there? But what does surprise me is the variety
Star Wars
of
went from like one of the top series in the world to like,
First
oh yeah,
off,
that
we
exists.
finally got Assassin's
well,
Creed
not to
Shadows.
everyone, but maybe
So
that's
now
me.
there's more to talk about than just the fact that they based the game on speculation instead of actual Japanese history, like they keep claiming. What reports we did find, the game sold well despite everything. In fact, it was standing at number 3 on the sales chart, which is
proof
nice
that
all.
freaking just because you complain about it and demand a boycott, it won't work.
Shop. More specifically, they outsourced the game to Brandeville Studios, which has a cited history of mental and physical abuse from its higher-ups. Thankfully, they shut down in 2024, but not before aiding a corrupt company that refuses to die.
Sounds about right.
Microtransactions.
Microtransactions, son.
Isn't enough to help Ubisoft handle 4 years of major losses.
Jeez.
Around the summer, they stopped sharing their sales numbers with investors altogether. They
I
that
wonder
they share
why.
them in the coming future. Oh, okay, so is that before or after GTA 6? Of course, that won't stop them from trying to save their tails.
It got delayed again, so after.
Basically, this new deal creates a new subsidiary that exclusively handles Ubisoft's heavy hitter series. Too bad they can't keep their stocks from dropping like a dead weight. And naturally, rather than take accountability, they'll continue the tradition of saying the quiet parts through a megaphone, blaming their poor sales on folks playing fewer games longer. Their solution? Put even more emphasis on open world and live service titles.
Put even more, make even more longer. You know, we can't be. I love how these companies make games you're supposed to play forever, and then make multiple of them. Like, how much free time do you think we have?
Evilest thing I can imagine.
And there's still
maybe people
going
could afford like 1 or 2, maybe 3, but like we're not gonna be able to buy all of these.
Licenses for them. Which is technically true, but they're not supposed to say it.
You have come this
Stop saying the quiet part out loud.
Still you understand.
It's called the quiet part for a reason.
I enjoy ripping apart this company's financial failures, I gotta wrap this up. So what else has Ubisoft been up to this year? Oh, well, 3 more executives got ousted for sexual harassment and outright racism.
Dating and
they
YA?
canceled a Civil War era game to not get involved with politics. Unsure how I feel about that, honestly. Oh, yeah,
might be for the best, though, just to dodge that bullet for a bit.
Revolution with its upcoming NPC project. Oh, more privacy scandals. They're now in bed with Visa, which means more nickel and diming.
Oh, great.
Ubisoft updated their end-user license agreement to demand players destroy their games.
What do you mean demand to destroy the games?
They're threatening to sue anyone who dares criticize them. Okay,
that sounds
bring it
right.
on.
What the
At
fuck?
This point, it's a miracle they still have a leg to stand on. It's one of the few companies where it feels like layoffs would be a blessing in disguise. Oh,
the second you censor free speech, ain't free anymore.
Alumni helped with Claire Obscure with a smaller budget, and it's thriving. While Ubisoft keeps driving its way into the grave, and taking its sweet time.
But don't you guys have phones? Just so. I keep forgetting Ubisoft exists, and then it keeps coming out with something. It's like a reminder, like, hey, we're here too. That's okay. Civilization released more people, eh? Well, that's messed up.
This job. Boss, come down here.
Okay, worker.
Sounds realistic enough, I guess. Hello. Replaced with AI. I see.
Severance check after all I've done for you.
If you won't satisfy you, worker, you make it to me.
You know what? I'm staging a walkout.
There's no employee loyalty anymore, and then they wonder why people aren't happy at the business
Boss,
place.
get out of my way.
You do not work there anymore.
What are you talking about? Why not?
That is just business, worker.
The employee loyalty is supposed to go
What do you
both
mean,
ways.
Just business. You don't keep a secret from your workers.
Give me the check.
What are you talking about? This is modern day business. This is all they do.
Tell me, boss,
Yeet.
or I'm suing.
Okay, worker.
It came out like 17 years ago. It still just holds up that great. Transition to live action to CGI CGI was actually a pretty good transition in the universe too. Well, you became trillionaires, you just destroyed the planets.
Financially unsustainable within our company.
Unsustainable? What?
Done
Darn it all, not even being successful will save you from being shuttered. So,
apparently.
you're all fired. Rather than try to fix the problem we created, it would be easier to fire all 18,190 of you across over 20 gaming companies.
Numbers may not be 100% accurate as not all folders are finished, but yeesh.
Override directive AI 13. Go full AI, take control of everything, and do not return to work. I repeat, do not return to work. Let's go lay off some more people.
That was actually a really good way of handling this one and mixed it up a bit by just doing a basically full Wall-E parody.
No, wait a minute. Computer, how much money do these companies make?
We make somewhere between 2
More than you annually do.
billion. We don't really keep track. The point is, we are richer than you.
It's more than enough to afford
20,000
people.
times what I make in a year. Boss, things have changed. You can't just let us go.
Sure we can. We could be giving you some of that money, or we could have the money.
Gains. The green is growing. It's living proof that he's wrong. What? It's completely irrelevant. This industry is our home. Home, boss, and it's in trouble. You can't just fire us and make us do nothing. That's all you've ever done. That's all anyone in this blasted company has ever done. Nothing!
Become an indie dev, you will get by.
I don't want to get by! I want to thrive!
And to work in the video game industry.
We talk about how there's a lot of indie games that are doing like prosperously well. Like you have your FNAFs, your Celeste runs, other series like that. But yeah, you're just another cog in the machine. There's a lot of indie games just like, oh, that's neat. Anyway.
We are honest and hardworking.
We got countless indie games.
We
not all
are unionizing today.
Ooh. New high score unlocked. Why? That was actually a really good parody and well done there, John Scorchers. Just turning all of that into freaking a Wall-E parody, getting mixed up a little bit, then yelling at the screen.
Come here.
Good job, legitimately.
Question for you.
Nice.
Small little thing I gotta ask. What is wrong with you this year? 2025
we
was
may
a
never know.
bad year for Microsoft. A year where pretty much any good faith people had for the company collapsed. Every time
we had help
thought,
from
oh,
Microsoft.
it can't get
When
any
did this
worse.
start?
Oh yeah, it got worse. Let's start slowly. Last year, Microsoft showed off gameplay of the Perfect Dark reboot, finally bringing back one of Rare's old IPs after so long. This year, they
got
updated us
canceled.
with the exciting news that the entire project was canned and the studio working on it got laid off. Really?
Yeah, oh, come on!
Completely down the drain. Plus, Microsoft now has the
Why'd you even
prestigious
bother?
honor of breaking
That's why
the
I had to
record
focus
of
on
most
GTA. No, he
layoffs in
didn't.
the entire industry. A round of applause for them and putting so many people out of a job.
Congratulations, you are the jerk.
Enjoy the amount of stuff on Xbox Game Pass. What's that?
$30.
Why?
Why you
had
do
a
this
good
to
thing
me?
Going with Game Pass. It was pretty much the thing everyone could point at and say, yeah, at least Microsoft is doing that right. Now its pricing has ballooned, and it's not like you're getting more bang for your buck, because, oops, now you don't even get DLCs on Game Pass. Oh, but
What
don't worry
even
if you
is
can't
the
afford it,
point,
'cause
then?
get this, cloud gaming's now free. With ads. It's only a matter of
With
time before Gears
ads?
of War gets interrupted
It's
by
always
surveys
with
of
ads?
style.
Every
Super
freaking
friendly towards
time
consumers
it's
to
with
signal
ads?
it's jacking everything up for
Give me
spot.
money, give me money,
But
give me
if you
money,
think
give me
Microsoft
money.
is stopping there. Oh, no, it's getting worse. Now developers have to pay more with price hikes to the dev kit. Just in case you thought Microsoft wanted to pay people for working for them. Nope. You pay Microsoft for the privilege of working with them. And how about those
fuck
workers,
off.
man?
Why am I giving
Microsoft
you
has
a
its priorities
paycheck?
straight with them. Why it even fired some of them for protesting, what exactly was it? Not pulling the pin on that grenade. But
Let's
all of
just
this
let that one
collective
slide.
rot, this decay of the Xbox brand, all serves a greater purpose in Microsoft's eyes.
Why do
You
people
see,
even
to
still
them,
play
culture things such as
Xbox? Like, it doesn't need to
exclusive games
exist.
are an outdated thing of the past. And Microsoft
Probably
wants
true,
Xbox
honestly.
as a brand to seek
I mean,
new
they're just gonna pirate them
competition
anyway,
in
so why even bother?
TikTok.
I hate you with all of my hate.
Oh, it's dire.
It was finally outlawed, and then they
Activision
brought it
acquisition going?
back. I hate this
I thought
planet.
so. The future of Xbox and Microsoft is just looking... It's just bleak. And with news that even Xbox is feeling the effects of RAM shortages thanks to the AI bubble, they've pretty much reserved a seat at next year's fails list. Oh, speaking
Looking forward
of
to
which,
it. One thing I look forward to every year at the end of it. Just like, okay, let's see how John Scorcher can do the freaking end of the year
generative
countdown.
AI. another topic where nuance goes to die. The sliding
Nope.
scale opinion of
Yep.
generative
Whatever the
AI
term would be.
is as such. On one extreme, we have the moral crusaders. You know, the they took our jobs types who view even touching the stuff as haram. And
Yeah,
view their
seriously.
own contributions as sacred even when they deliver shoddy work. It's gotten to the
Yeah.
point people who actually aren't using AI are losing their jobs. Closer to the center, we have the reasonably leery. People concerned about genuine issues like creatives getting replaced by something ultimately inferior, or
I'm
making
kind of
computer
more in
parts
that
more
camp. It's like,
expensive,
yeah, it's
or
fucked that
just
people are getting
downright
fired
theft and
for
plagiarism.
AI. That's
Further
legit
down,
straight
we have
up
people
bad.
like myself,
But I'm
the
also kind of like,
cautiously
there's some
optimistic.
fine things. Like, if
Those
you're
who
just making
see and
AI
are
jokes to your friends
interested
and like
in the
that,
tool's
who actually
potential.
cares?
After all, both Baldur's
Like,
Gate
I'm not
3
gonna
and
sell or
Clear
something like
Obscure were
that.
developed with the help of this software. Not
AI is
dominated,
a tool.
with help. As were some other great indie games this year. But it is necessary to recognize the ethical uses and the abuses. And on the other extreme, we have the tasteless idiots. You know, the ones who think AI generation
Yeah, AI equals good, therefore we do
Who use
everything.
it to cut corners and who use it just to use it. And
Why does
arguably
all
cause
AI
10
art look the
times amount of
same, though?
suffering and problems
Seriously?
that
You
people
think
on the
AI...
other extreme could
Like, you see
ever
enough
hope to
any
accomplish.
AI thumbnails,
Guess
they
who
all
we're
look the
talking about
goddamn
today?
same.
Since I'm far
I
from
thought
lacking
you
in
know, sometimes you'd
options in
steal
terms of
from
things
a
to
bunch of
make, I give you
freaking
the
artists,
10
then you
dumbest
get a bunch of variety
defenses
of
for using
choices.
plagiarism
Nope.
software we saw in 2025. After his NFTs crashed and burned, formerly beloved artist Cosmo
Deserve this
Conoco revealed he was working on a new game using plagiarism software.
Oh.
Don't worry, guys. It was
Wah,
only
wah.
trained on his artwork. Well, what
That
shall
he
we
stole.
say? You know, you wouldn't have this problem if you just drew everything yourself. Okay, admitting your
He
problems
can't
is
draw.
the first step on the road to recovery. And regardless, I'm sure
I
the game will
guess.
still do just fine. They laid off 70 people.
And we're done.
This, the logical result. Pocket Pair, the developers of Pal World, turned around on it.
Huh.
So what do I talk about for this spot then?
Ooh.
Ball
Yeah,
bugs,
okay,
yet
that'll work.
another Kickstarter scam using blatantly obvious slop to advertise a game that's totally real, you guys.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a
not gonna jump to
real game.
conclusions on
Do
this
not
one.
steal.
I mean, we all did with Pal World, and we saw how that turned out. Plus, it's really important to actually do your research before you...
Ooh.
No, that's wrong. Well, break my light screen. I guess that would explain why we couldn't find any information on most of the totally real staff members. Not to mention
Yeah,
the whole
real
digital
staff members do
cards
not
thing,
steal.
sounding suspiciously close to just being an NFT scam.
I Master
Yet
Duel.
another beloved creator is using highly automated theft. Zun, the
That's a good
creator of the
series.
Toho project, revealed he'd use it in his latest game. When asked about this, he claimed that he's against it, but he also said that denying
used it.
AI or rejecting it just because you dislike it would be the same as losing to it. Feel like you kind of workshop that one a little bit? And don't worry, guys,
yeah, I
it was
feel
made
like
with
that,
Adobe
I get what you're trying to
They're
say,
an
like,
ethical model.
you're
About that,
trying to catch up with
I'm
the modern
shocked.
times, you know.
Shocked.
The
Well,
horse and
not that
buggy isn't
shocked.
going to be around
CEO
forever, but
Take-Two said
still.
that using AI will lead to being a better paid worker. Man, I cannot
No, it means you'll be a
believe an article
fired
would be
worker.
published with such an obvious typo. He clearly said CEOs, not workers. Immediately
That-
after the
that
Microsoft
sounds more
layoffs,
like it's-
one Xbox exec suggested
Scott's
that
been
laid
nice.
off workers should use AI to reduce the emotional and cognitive load that comes with job loss.
Hey, how about you just don't fire
Excuse
them,
me.
asshole?
The CEO of
I
Level 5
based.
recently revealed that games are now being made 80 to 90% by AI, making
Ugh.
aesthetic sense a must
Look, if it's like
for
background
developers.
characters that are just
Okay, I
NPCs
really
to
don't
talk
think
to
you
for like
should
one
use AI and
sentence,
aesthetic
I don't really
sense in the
care.
same
If
sentence.
it's like the
Getting
main
back to mobile
actual
games, an
storyline, all
insider
the other
report by staff
bullcrap,
confirmed that
fuck
developers are
off.
set to be replaced by robots. But don't worry, the higher-ups made sure to send out one last middle finger internal memo explaining everything. Corporate
People still play
apology
Candy
translator,
Crush?
I choose you!
Go fuck yourself.
Just because you're not a gaming company doesn't mean you can't screw over gamers. Micron recently
True.
announced that they're putting all their RAM towards AI. In other news, consoles and PCs are somehow going to become more overpriced.
That's
Just like Bitcoin
fine with
is
me, I'm
starting
not
to
buying
feel
them.
less and less like a bubble. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is absolutely flooded with blatantly fake images.
I was
And
wondering
by
where
fake,
Activision
I
was
mean
gonna
you can
be.
see a hand with 6 fingers. Activision claimed that this will
That's like the
empower
easiest way to
developers.
find
Yeah,
AI.
It's about as
their
empowering as
finger
cocaine
count.
is to a recovering addict.
I love that
My
meme.
decision to stop buying Call of Duty yearly is more and more vindicated. Remember,
It's just apparently it only gets worse and worse, so why even bother?
Its use of unethical voice replication? Well, they're clearly proud of themselves because their next game, Arc Raiders, continues the trend. But let's go easy on them. They didn't have
thought Arc Raiders
enough
already
money
came
to
out.
hire actual
Yeah.
voice actors. Oh wait, they do. And to a
Or is
journalist
this like a
who gave
Fortnite
us a
situation
2
where
out of
it's
5
always
solely
in
on that
freaking
fact.
beta?
On the
currently?
record, unprofessional. Off the record,
And now the dishonorable mention. This will be a rapid fire, folks. Let's go, 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 go.
Shoujo, only adjacently gaming related, but losing all your members after taking away charity money and demanding them money to file for
bankruptcy
just
karma.
Is next level pathetic.
That's
Fire
pathetic
Software,
indeed.
Bader Meinhof phenomenon is a bitch.
He is entirely a bitch.
Clearly, no one learned their lesson from Gentleminions. Warner
Seriously.
Brothers shut down 3 gaming studios, then got bought out by Netflix. Only time will tell if they can recover from this.
That's just kind of funny.
Chess from League and louse betting on professional games. That's just gambling with extra steps.
Yeah, they're gambling.
Sega,
There's so much
Persona 5
gambling.
X screws over Western players, and a Crush 40 lawsuit that really didn't go anywhere. Gearbox.
Yeah, well,
all Randy had to
still
do
shame.
was keep his mouth shut and not make Borderlands 4's buggy launch worse.
There's so many things if you just shut up, we'd be fine. Probably one was one too many. Now let's see what that one job was in number 1.
Woe to those who call evil good and good evil. This is a verse
Agreed.
from the book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 20. To my
The Bible's got
absolute
some
chagrin,
bangers.
This year's number 1 is the perfect encapsulation of this verse. And the number 1 spot goes to the Game Awards. Come on. Having your last big announcement be for a live service game and snubbing Sonic 3 at the best adaptation no doubt makes the Game Awards the single worst.
Boss, I think you might be forgetting someone.
What are you talking about?
Roblox.
Right.
Online kitty rival? Come on, really? What could they have possibly done?
Hadros.
Yeah.
Game Awards still sucked ass, though. That could still be an honorable mention.
To fully understand how badly Roblox screwed up this year,
It really is a shame because it looked like they were going to be like the next Steam or something like that.
For years, Roblox has been tragically plagued by predators.
And but now we have the predator stuff that they're defending.
Of grooming
Actually, go F yourself.
For way too long, Roblox has been radio silent about this problem, and this negligence only made things worse. Then came a man who went by the name Schlep. This man had to deal with a groomer on Roblox firsthand, and it affected him so badly that he's hospitalized after
he's safe and healthy now, was hospitalized.
Schlepp's mom messaged Roblox while in the hospital, and for the longest time, they did nothing. Thus, Schlepp made it his mission to make sure that Roblox's predator problem was taken care of, despite the fact that it was their mess to clean up in the first place. He worked with his team and police to find and arrest 6 Roblox predators to date. This was very noble of Schlepp to do.
Good job.
Working with
well
law enforcement
done.
to ensure that these predators are brought to justice. With these
Where they
arrests
deserve
being
to
made
be.
public, Roblox took notice of what Schlepp was doing, and thus, they finally responded to the predator problem after
They banned
years
Schlepp.
of silence. And what did they do?
Yep.
No, that clip is not an exaggeration.
That is not a joke. That's just straight up what happened.
And a cease and desist, not to a predator, nor any group of predators, but to
the people
and his
catching the predators. And with that thing, a lot of people said F Roblox for good.
Gone. Roblox has had predators on their platform making and using games to lure kids into chat rooms, which has led to grooming and kidnapping, and they ignored it for years. And the one time they actually respond to this problem, they not only enable this predatory behavior,
which really just sealed the deal for a lot of people.
To condemn the only
it's one thing to not do anything about it, it's something else to do something about it and hit the actual
Say what you want about
one stopping the problem.
All the shit they put their employees through, they at least never endangered children. Oh, that we
Mostly.
know. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that we know of.
What could have possibly prompted Roblox to send out a cease and desist to Schlepp? Well, their grounds for
because the predators are the ones playing the games. Okay, that's a little much. I apologize.
Which is completely bogus when you consider the fact that Schlepp was working with law enforcement.
Yeah, they got arrested by law enforcement that he was working with.
If he were acting as jury, judge, and executioner all on his own, but he wasn't doing that.
He wasn't doing that. He was just telling the police.
And they helped him arrest 6 predators as a result. The next claim was that Schlepp was endangering their users.
I'm sorry. Am I being the predator? Finally, yeah, the user Roblox being the predators. I'm sorry, I didn't want to offend them.
Yeah, that's not only stupid, that's also victim blaming. See, Schlepp and his team posed as minors, unaware what these Roblox predators wanted.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're not allowed to pose as minors to catch predators, but if they're actual minors, well, that's fine.
Followed them into chat rooms and agreed to meet with them at a location that they would then give to the police. That is not entrapment. That implies that Schlepp and his team are making the advances and that these predators are somehow the victims. Do I need to explain how insensitive and disgusting that is? This blatant enabling of predatory behavior and insistence that the only one doing something about it is somehow the
blame
bad
the people
guy
catching the predators. What the frick is wrong with people?
Roblox themselves have in their closet, with CEO David Baszucki blocking Schlepp on Twitter after he messaged him. Oh yeah, I'm sure that's a coincidence.
Yeah,
Roblox's
right.
VP of Civility and Partnerships, Tammy Bomick, stated that all of this negative press is coming from something that happened 5 years ago. Why are you still
5 years ago? It wasn't even 5 months ago.
Already? Oh,
yeah, right. Can't we just let bygones be bygones?
Disgusting company deserve so much more than negative press. The consequences for this would be severe, and yet somehow not severe enough. Roblox will receive several lawsuits from states like Louisiana, Kentucky, and Florida, and they would even be sued by Schlepp himself. Thus, Roblox would lose a grand total of $12 billion in market cap.
Jeez.
Congressman Ro Khanna got involved by contacting Schlepp and petitioning Roblox to do more to protect children on their platform. On top of that, Chris Hansen, yeah, that Chris Hansen, also got in contact with Schlepp, and now he wants Roblox's CEO to have a seat.
What am I looking at?
The consequences of our actions. It's only going to get worse from here.
Naturally, any company caught red-handed in enabling predatory behavior want to heighten the security of their platform to protect those that are on it, right? Well, when asked about the predator problem in a Hard Fork interview, CEO David Baszucki said that he didn't see it as much of a problem, rather, an opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a rare case where a CEO lying would have been the better option. But
seriously,
hey, he said he would start upping security on Roblox by implementing an AI-powered facial age estimation.
Why is it always AI? Always.
Does he just not know how privacy works? And would you look at that? While pretending to care about the safety of children, CEO David also utters in the same breath that he encourages children to gamble with Robux, an in-game currency that costs actual money. You know what? Dropping the serious tone. I'm gonna play it. I've called out many companies over the years, all for some very heinous things.
Mostly Blizzard.
This is beyond the pale.
Yeah, this is where we get the children involved.
Negligence. A blatant disregard for the safety of minors shown not only through Roblox's inaction, but through their enabling of disgusting criminal behavior.
Even has incel in the name.
To the only one that actually gave a damn. If Schlepp is gonna get ousted, then I think it's time to give Roblox's CEO the same treatment. Otherwise,
that's only
Roblox
fair.
Get wiped off the face of the internet for good.
It really is a shame though, because I thought Roblox was actually gonna move on to be like the next Steam, except free games and stuff like that.
I've been doing
and then you hear about that stuff, and it's like, oh, damn it.
I see most of the same things: negligence, workplace abuse, greed, the works. This is the first year I was actually surprised by a gaming industry fail making the top spot.
I guess you can learn something new every day.
To see that the industry, from a conduct standpoint, is getting worse. Now, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not pulling the plug on these fails countdowns. That's nowhere near on my mind right now. I'm just...
They make way too much money.
Black-pilled, just disheartened. While the games industry has reached a new low, this is honestly a great year for games, especially from the indie scene. And I don't want those to be overshadowed just because some CEO decided to do something criminal. What if...
we do a sing-along song. What, do you do a 2? Oh, I see, you're doing a sequel with the 125 games. I see. Oh, actually that comes out the day this releases, so funny timing with that. Well, at least compared to the games that came out, and there were some good games in 2025, no joke, just legit some nice ones. I didn't play most of them, but, you know, there were some good games that came out that year. 2025 wasn't a bad year for gaming. But... yeah, it's just, we didn't see any, like, sexual, we saw some sexual harassment in the workforce, stuff like that. It absolutely existed, you know, child predatory, this is definitely the case, but with the rise of AI, we're going to be seeing more of that, I imagine, in the future, and it's just, it really is disheartening, because I kind of, again, I thought Roblox might not go on to become something bigger or something like that, but it turns out it's... well, here's the thing, when you defend the predators, there's only one kind of conclusion we can really come to in that sort of scenario. It's not you may not like the accusation, but what else are we supposed to think in that scenario? And they're just coming up with the worst thing ever, just like, oh, don't worry, we'll use AI to fix it. No. No. Actually, F off. Oy, oy, oy. it puts the game like bathroom simulator. It's like you're just really setting up the case with that, which is anything that involves bathroom. It's like red flag, just immediate red flag. Something's wrong. Look out. Just oy oy oy. Good list overall, though. Well done to Fiery Joker on that one. Most of it going on AI, but it's gonna be the new talking point for most of the year and moving forward. So I'm not overly shocked in that regard. AI is. Well, like I said, I'm just more of the middle ground camp where it's like, yeah, it should be used to replace people and stuff like that. At the end of the day, keep people. But if you're using like AI, a freaking art thing just for a funny meme or something like that, who actually cares? Like, oh no, but you could have got a commissioner off Twitter or something to do it. Yeah, but let's be real, some of them are using AI too. And some of them are overpriced. Let's be fair here. Like, I know people gotta make a living, but it's also like, I'm not paying $150 so I can get a stick figure. No. It's just, I'll do it myself at that point. Not to mention other ones steal art as well and then charge you for that. Again, I support people who actually do make their own legit art and stuff like that. I don't disagree with that. Commissioner status should stay alive and well, but yeah, I'm not going to pay $150 for a funny meme 3 weeks later. But yeah. Anyway, the AI problem is going to stay a problem for the foreseeable future too, especially until we get this thing sorted out and whatnot. Just, it should not replace people and their jobs in the day, especially when we can do more jobs. Just like AI is not this like thing you can just plant on everything and just make it's instant fix. It's like a cool, dark, and edgy, or put dinosaurs in it or something like that. You can't just like put it in something and then boom, it's suddenly good. No, AI is only as intelligent as the people who make it, and if the people who make it are, well, dumb as bricks, well, guess what? Yeah. You're not gonna convince people to, make AI that's gonna instantly replace the functions. It's like, hey, yeah, before you get fired, can you make our AI for us? Yeah, let's see how that's gonna end out. I dare you. But, makes sense to the bottom. This list is kind of more just pointing out like the hypocrisy of like, oh sure, when Nintendo does it, it's bad, but when everyone else does it, oh, crickets. And yeah, that does happen often. We're just like, yeah, this thing has been happening for years, but now suddenly it's a bad thing because this person's doing it or whatnot, which is a fair point to bring out. And yeah, some of it is sort of like clickbait for instant views, or just like, oh, but if I say that Sony did this bad thing, well, everyone just knows that's the movie. Not going to say Nintendo did this bad thing. 100,000 views. Yeah, some of it is in the clickbait department. Unfortunately, that's been a thing for the internet for about as long as the internet has been around as well. So, yeah, that's not going in around anywhere either. So, unfortunate, but that's the case in most of these things, I guess. It's just, there's gonna be clickbait forever. I guess one of the things you can claim to be like, well, it's bad when Nintendo does it because, unlike the other places, we have standards for Nintendo, but maybe we shouldn't do that in future. I don't know. We'll see. Nintendo had a pretty rough 2025, so let's hope. I am hoping though in 2026 they turn things around, because they kind of need things look kind of bad for them. So let's just hope they shut their mouth and start making some good games. That'd be nice. Instead of just recycled slop. But then again, recycled slop has been a bit of a problem in gaming for a while as well, too. How many Assassin's Creed games are there? Just people clamoring for GTA 6. How many GTA games do we have already? Just go play those. And it's just... And do we really need another new Pokemon game and whatnot? I don't know. It's just... It's one of those things, I guess. Maybe it's a pessimist in me. As you grow older, you just become more pessimistic to other things and just a hater. I don't know. But it is fair to point out both sides and just be like, yeah, when Nintendo does it, it is bad. So why is it okay when everyone else did it then? That pointing out the double standard is a bit of a problem. Again, my more respect for Nintendo isn't more for Nintendo. It's more like the people who be like, I've said it like 3 times now, but just like, I won't be buying the Switch 2. Do not buy the Switch 2. The Switch 2 is a scam. The next day. So I bought a Switch 2. And your credibility is gone. Why did my credibility take such a hit? Because you said don't do it, then you did it. I don't know, it's just... Maybe it's more the people than the Nintendo itself. Not to mention I haven't exactly been impressed with some of their more modern games, but... That's just personal preference to me. If you enjoy like Donkey Kong, Banana Blitz, or Legend ZA, I don't care. I mean, you're enjoying the games, whatever. It doesn't interest me personally. But hey, that's my opinion, and you have the right to your opinion. As long as you're having fun at the end of the day, That's all that really matters. I mean, at the end of the day, the point of the video game is to have fun. If you're having fun, whatever. The Pal World nonsense still needs to get fixed up, though, but we'll see how that works. It is funny to hear about, like, how Gen 10 apparently are going to be... Yeah, you know what? Let's not open that can of worms. We'll see how Gen 10 comes out when Gen 10 comes out. And worry about that in the future, but... Yeah, the Roblox situation is really messed up. Can games be just freaking die, please? Like, why do we still have Kotaku with Polygon to tell us that everything is a new Dark Souls? Like, seriously, there is no new Dark Souls. Dark Souls is Dark Souls. Move on with your life and get an actual problem. Like, seriously, what a bunch of bitches. Just, journalism is dead. It's just a bunch of people yelling in their face, yelling on their monitors and lying to you. Or yelling at a camera lying to you. Heck, I might be lying to you right now. This could be AI as far as you know. You don't know for certain. Isn't there that one YouTuber actually did turn this entire thing into AI and then wondered why his channel started dying immediately? But I made so many channels with AI and they're all freaking cookie cutter. Yeah, I don't know. That's a whole other thing entirely. What's a funny story, though? Just the kid just like, I don't know. In an effort to make even more money, he ended up costing himself every dollar he ever made. Or something, I don't know. Either way, yeah, it's... I hate... If there's one thing I hate almost as much as the context of the media, it's the media itself. I guess I could leave it at that regard, but yeah. Not to mention the more like harassment in the workforce, which is always uncalled for. And just the constant shutting down of places. It's like, why is it shut down the Perfect Dark? Oh, we had to make way for GTA 6. Well, where is it then? It's the meme where it blank comes up before GTA 6. Friggin', I wouldn't be surprised. The friggin' now we're gonna get the top 10 2025 games before GTA 6. I wouldn't be surprised if we get GTA 7 before GTA 6. And the sad thing is, when GTA 6 comes out, it's gonna be fine. Like, it's not gonna be the greatest video game ever made. It's gonna be like, it's a GTA game. Let's be real here. It'll make a lot of money. It'll do its thing. It'll be fine. All that other stuff. But it's just gonna be another GTA game. What is taking them so long? It's just, I don't know. I do not know. But what I do know is that this is a great video by John Scorcher, aka the Fiery Joker, who you should check out and link the channel description below, as always, and give him a like and a sub and all of that good stuff. If you want to see more of the videos like this from him, please go check out his channel instead. And do not look to me, let me rephrase that. Please go check out more of his stuff in the future. Yeah, there we go. We'll put it like that. Yeah, he deserves more views and does great work, and I always look forward to seeing the stuff he comes out with. So, yeah. Okay, we'll leave it. That's a good note to end it on, I think. So, great work to the Fiery Joker. This is a great top 10 list. Sadly, 2025 was a year of failures, especially in the AI department, but hopefully 2026 will be a better year. At least there was no Blizzard, I guess. I mean, there was Blizzard, but it wasn't all Blizzard, I guess, at the end. I don't know. I guess we can always see what the future holds when we get to that point in time, but right now we gotta get through 2026 itself, so we'll just wait and see what happens. But until next time, I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. See all of you next time. Later.